If you've been online for longer than 5 minutes, you've probably fallen for this one before. You find a share post about a social media template, promises it's free, but you wake up to a €49 monthly charge you never approved. We actually unpacked this entire funnel, mapped every step, spoke with victims and chargeback pros. The craziest part though, it looks totally legit. Today we're taking you behind the scenes of what is at its core a classic IOSCAR scam. And while these folks aren't quite scamming you with malware or phishing emails, the playbook has some seriously shady moves like fake timers, a maze of fine print, and even an army of sock puppet accounts. We'll walk you through each piece of the machine and show you how to not get got. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. The bait. It all begins with an irresistible promise. Here's an example: 100 TikTok hooks. Free Canva template. You can find these offers on Pinterest, Reddit, and YouTube Shorts, usually disguised as helpful creators. In our case, we found dozens of accounts recycling the same preview video with different captions. Some claim it's a gift, others position it as a way to avoid paying. The hook is always the same though. The pin leads to a polished-looking landing page. You enter your email, click Get It, and a slick checkout pops up. Price shows €0. There's a tiny checkbox that is pre-ticked by default. Include the bundle, it says. The bundle is a 7-day trial that flips to €49 per month on day 8. The design of these funnels often changes, but the pattern remains the same. Bait you with a €0 offer and sneakily switch in the terms and conditions that you do and see. Now, let's make something clear here. There are tons of creators out there that legitimately sell templates. The real ones include a clear purchase button, set expectations around pricing, and point you to a recognizable checkout service like Stripe or PayPal. This scam leans heavily on making you feel like you're getting something for nothing. It feels good to get something for free, and it triggers our loss aversion bias. When you've already invested time into something, you're more likely to follow through with it. So by having you put in your email address, the scammers have already made progress in anchoring you to the offer. Chapter 2. The spread engine. These folks are using two main engines to spread the scam: Pinterest and TikTok. On Pinterest, you'll find dozens of accounts pinning the same basic offer. Some are low-effort repurposes of legitimate creators' posts. Others use stock photos and testimonials to manufacture scarcity. The domain name will almost always be a random string of letters and numbers. ULL know you re on one of these sites when you see countdown timers that reset on refresh. Fake 132 people are viewing pop-ups and a button that says Add to Cart next to the price 0. On TikTok, you'll see similar videos posted by hundreds of accounts with a few tweaks to the text. The design will almost always point to a matching domain. Same thing, only now with a Get It button instead of Add to Cart. You well know you re on one of these sites when you see countdown timers that reset on refresh. Fake 132 people are viewing pop-ups and a button that says Get Instant Access or Claim Your Freebie. The key goal of the landing page is to direct as much traffic as possible to any of the 10, 20 or so domain names in the affiliate network. The more traffic, the better the odds that someone will fall for the upsell. Chapter 3. The switch. Once you complete what you think is a free download, you might actually be purchasing a 7-day trial for €49 per month. Depending on the offer, the download link might be immediately available. This works, in which case the real money is the trial you didn't notice. 7 days later, your credit card will get charged. Many victims don't recognize the merchant descriptor on their bank statement, but it's worth checking. If you don't want to wait, search your credit card provider for the exact amount in question. If you spot a charge, you may have fallen for this scam. If you do decide to cancel, you'll run through a maze of hoops. Some sites hide the cancellation option in a user dashboard with no way to log in. Others don't send a receipt email, which means you won't have the order number handy to fill in a contact form. The forms that do exist often error out after you submit them. Some plans quietly have a 48-hour cancellation window, which is shorter than the trial period. All of these obstacles are designed to decrease the number of cancellations before the 7-day trial ends. The less cancellations, the more customers stick around to see if the templates are any good. Chapter 4. The machine behind it. Who's running all of this? A network of mostly Eastern European marketers using white-label checkout tools and affiliate hubs. As for the domains themselves, well, they're just renting space on the internet. These folks rarely hold on to a domain for more than a year. The more impressions, the better the odds that someone will fall for the upsell. When we say these folks are scrappy, we mean it. If you look hard enough, you can actually find the code powering these sites on GitHub, open source code repositories where developers share their work. Some of the code is shared, some is custom. What you'll notice across many of these funnels is a common feature. A JavaScript snippet called reCAPTCHA prevents spam and abuse on contact forms and login pages, but it also gives a sense of legitimacy. After all, Google owns reCAPTCHA. Now, there's a reason that companies pay Google to integrate reCAPTCHA into their sites, even if they don't need it. It reassures visitors that the site isn't a botnet or phishing scam. Chapter 5. The Unravel. So how does it end? First, banks notice an abnormal amount of disputes coming from a particular merchant. Their fraud team will flag the merchant account and start blocking charges. Payment processors like Stripe and PayPal jump on board after seeing chargeback rates spike. Ad platforms jump ship when they see domains get flagged across multiple accounts. Over time, news of the scam starts bubbling up in victim comments and eventually hits a mid-tier blog. Regulators send warning letters to whoever they can track down. The network crumbles, and eventually the original domains get suspended. But by then, the ringleaders are already gone. They've banked the proceeds and disappeared. In a few months, they'll be back though, maybe with slightly tweaked copy or a different type of freebie. It's a never-ending game of whack-a-mole. Chapter 6. How not to get got. Here's what to watch out for. First, if the price is €0, but there's a card form, read every checkbox. Specifically, call out the trial language. It must be bold and clear. If it's buried in fine print, don't touch it. Second, consider using a virtual card with a €30 or €50 monthly cap. That way you can still buy things without committing to a full month of payments. Third, search the merchant descriptor before you buy. If you do, and recognize it, and there, a mismatch between the site and your credit card statement, you're probably looking at a scam. Fourth, if you are burned, cancel plus email, plus screenshot everything, and dispute it with evidence. Scams come and go. If you fell for this one, you're definitely not alone. Just leave a comment down below, no doxing. Sharing your story helps others stay clear of future freebies. And hey, we're still accepting submissions for our annual award show celebrating the weird, wild, and wonderful ways that people get scammed each year. You can submit your story or vote for your favorite entries through the link in the description. The best submissions will be flown out to LA for an expense-sized paid trip to attend the show in person. Stay tuned to catch all the scammer exposes, stings, and takedowns throughout the week. See you next time.